Good morning. Then making another video in bed. I have no idea how many videos I would have made in bed in total. Someone might actually imagine that in the future. Someone might actually want to find out. Some people might. Some people might not. I mean, if I was somebody else watching this channel, I wouldn't. I mean, I've got a... Actually, I will show my face. It wasn't that I felt... it wasn't that I didn't want to show my face or anything. I just wanted to make a start. Oh. Hold the camera. I don't want to hold the camera. Never mind. There you go. I wanted to make this video to talk about the idea of the mind, of the body being a physical representation of the mind. I could see that I put on quite a bit of body fat. As you know, well, not quite a bit, a little bit of body fat compared to yesterday's photos. And that's because I was eating way too low protein, too high, the carbs were too high. So it makes sense, but I've also been thinking that I could have been doing what I'm doing, or what I was doing, because I've been watching way too many videos. If someone's physique is morbidly obese, what are the odds that they are basically consuming every day? I'm finding it difficult to open my eyes, even though I'm fully awake, because the mind is just thought so many thoughts, and it's thought so many thoughts, and watched so many videos. I've realised that I haven't been giving myself time to think no thoughts consciously. It's like the mind is thinking all the time, and I haven't consistently practiced the art of being able to shut it off. Think about music that I no longer listen to, but even though I don't listen to it anymore, it doesn't matter. All of those times I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna shank you. I was watching so many of those sorts of videos, listening to those sorts of music lyrics. And because I've been doing that so consistently and enjoying it while I was doing it, all of those lyrics have been deep ingrained into the mind. I did that to myself, and it is my doing. That's something I must remember. And I didn't come out the womb thinking those lyrics. And I'm saying that to say it's something that I learned over the years, something that I learned to do over the years. And just like how I learned it, it's possible to unlearn it eventually. Just like how it took years to get to this point, it may take years to come. Actually, I was going to say completely undo, but that might not be possible ever. But I'd only think about such music with prompt as I reflect on my life. That's the point that it's going to be able to get to. I'm never going to be able to remove that part of my past, ever. However, what I can do is unlearn the art of thinking about it basically every single minute of my waking hours. When I start, reminds me of eating my mum's noodles. When I start watching YouTube, when I got back onto YouTube, mine was so overstimulated, just like how I felt like crap after eating half a portion of my mum's noodles. I physically felt awful. I felt like shit. But as I kept eating it, then it wasn't, well, I didn't feel so heavy on my stomach. I didn't feel so physically weighed down by the food anymore. It still was weighing me down, but I just didn't feel it as much. When I felt like crap, that was the top of the mountain to stop. But then I came out on the other side in the ways that I don't want to happen. Overeating, over-consuming. Just like how I didn't feel so physically weighed down after, eventually after watching enough videos.
What time is it, 10?
To put my beliefs on this man in short, if you consume too much, it will show in your body and you eventually will become morbidly obese. It will show. Eating too much food, watching too many videos. It doesn't matter about what, just too many. It certainly does play a part. I'm gonna have to we'll have to take that back, because what you watch does play a part in how you go about life. You are what you consume. For example, someone that is watching videos telling them that they can achieve whatever they want to achieve, and also giving an idea of what it takes to get there, that person is going to be in a much more healthy mental state compared to someone listening to depressing music, suicidal music, and or homicidal music. For example, someone that's creating a lot more won't be so big if there's a healthy balance between creating and consuming. Say for example, I make these videos, I write my thoughts down on paper, I start writing down things that I feel grateful for again. That will allow me to do what it takes to make myself feel more grateful about my position, which will help. I think it will help because it will allow me to practice the art of feeling happy about something over and over and over again every single day, rather than having too much freedom and giving myself too much of an opportunity to feel ungrateful about life. I'd say I'd be putting myself in a position where I'm too free to do this because I'm not yet currently in a life position which I want to be in completely. This isn't the best that it could be, and this isn't what I want it to be. Okay, if this isn't how I want it to be, in what ways do I want to change? In what ways would I want my life position to change? What do I have to do in order for me to be in a position that I consider ideal? Not even necessarily ideal as in the end picture, but ideal breeding grounds for me to be able to further improve and live completely ideally. First of all, I'm renting my not necessarily even my own place. I can't be in my own place and rent this place at the same time. It can be my own place and I rent it out. That's different. But if I'm renting, then that's not my own place because I don't own the property. I'd be renting. Someone would be renting out to me, not me doing that. So it wouldn't be my place. However, I would be the tenant in that place. And I'd ideally want this to be a spacious 2-bedroom apartment, or I don't know if at this point in time I'd be able to handle a 2-bedroom house all to myself. But I think of apartments because I've seen usually self-improvement creators like Jordan Green say, "Oh, I moved into this apartment." I even remember one time Hamza talking about wanting to be in an apartment. I think I might have I might be wrong though, but I don't know. But I do know that, yeah, I'd like to be in a place I'm renting, in which I'm the only tenant. There you go. I'd also like a lot of money to be coming in. A lot to me right now is more than enough to be able to survive on. For example, I have like 50 grand in the bank balance and I'm earning four figures monthly. Compared to having double digits in the bank balance, I would say that is a lot. I think, say for example, I'm making like anywhere from 6 to 9 grand a month. I think that would be more than enough to be able to not only live on, but to also invest. So even more money is coming in on a monthly basis. By that point, past the 9,000 a month point, I'd be basically completely on my way to, I would have completed having 6 figures a year coming in, because if it's 10 grand a month, that's 120 grand a year. 9 grand a month, what's 9 times 12? 120 minus 12, 108. There you go, that would be 108 grand a year. So 9 grand a month is 6 figures. But 10 grand is that 120k a year. The reason why I'm saying all of this, to get back to the point now, is to say I'd like a lot of money coming in order for my life to be more ideal than it currently is. Because recently I've hit double digits in the bank balance and no money's coming in right now. However, I'm working on it, and I think what I need to do in order to work on it is follow what I'm seeing. These people that have money coming in, that are able to roll ads on YouTube, such as That's Good Money, these people, they know a lot. I believe that the average person knows a lot, but just knows a lot about things that aren't valuable to the world. Could be something trending, but that's not valuable to the world in the sense that they can't provide value through that thing. For example, say the average person is thinking about what's going on and what's trending, like the Amber Heard case and the Johnny Depp case, the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp case. This average person may be doing so much research into this thing, but they can't provide a monetary value through it because they're just watching and looking at the case, thinking, oh, what would I do if I were in the court, or something like that, and thinking about what's going on over there. They can't provide value through that because they're not the lawyers there. They're not involved in that case. By involved, I mean they are not in that courtroom. They are not in that courtroom being able to influence the trajectory of the case and what happens. They can't do that, but however they do so much research on it. A lot more research than what they do in something that they actually can provide value through. Such as, for me personally, this would be personal training. Showing people that they can change not only their body, but who they are long term. Change your body, change your mind. You have to have a certain level of resilience, a certain level of strength, a certain level of emotion management for you to not only get in shape, but stay in shape physically. You immediately have to have a certain level of resilience, especially if you start later. For example, say you start anywhere from 20 to 30, you're going to have to, in my opinion, train that resistance a lot more compared to someone that's 15. Simply because I'd say that this is the case simply because that older person has had many more years to breed unwanted and unhealthy habits compared to that 15-year-old, for example. But both can get in shape. Both can. I'll tell you what, after creating this video and not actually looking at the screens, I feel not only a lot more mentally awake, but mentally in shape. I feel a mental burden coming off me, as if I'm not consuming as much and I don't feel so mentally numb. And I can understand why, because I'm not looking at screens. That is, like, if I didn't look at screens as much, everything that I want to solve, I'd be able to solve it. Holding the ball helps. Practicing my form helps. It gives the body something to focus on. I can focus on not only making the video, but shooting straight, because the ball's going everywhere. It's going left, it's going right. That one went straight. But yeah. Having a healthy balance between creating and consuming. That doesn't necessarily mean equal, but healthy balance between creating and consuming, and having the ability to be able to just shut off the conscious mind from thinking every second about things that I don't want to think about. I have a plan as to what I want to do every day, and I think in order to actually make the plan a habit, just like how I made unhealthy habits a habit, I have to basically do it every day, and do it so often every day that that's basically the only things I think about every single day. Having a healthy balance between creating, consuming, and also being able to have some time off, rest for the mind, being able to have some time to recover through meditation. Not only the sort of meditation where, not only the ability to have some time on a mat, for example, and focus the mind on something that you want to focus on, and also having some time for to have no conscious thought. Like, this is all a recipe for amazingness, greatness, just a more than ideal life, probably. And when I say life, I don't mean just survive, be able to pay bills and not have any money by the time you finish paying bills and have got food to eat. Nah, that's not living, that's surviving. I'm talking about living life to the fullest. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm working towards every single day, regardless of what it looks like in the moment when for example, when I've stayed in bed for way too long. But all of this can change on the premise that I not only learn in the things that I want to learn, not only learn about the things I want to learn about, but also create. I want there to be ways. I want to find ways that I can create rather than only consume. This is one of them. Another one would be writing my thoughts down. But I want, more specifically, I want to make ways to be able to create about like the PT course I'm doing. I don't know how I do that, but I do know one thing. I have to spend a lot more time and effort into thinking thoughts about the things I have on the whiteboard and also acting on them. Thinking them's a start, but acting on them is another thing I have to do in order for the cycle to continue. I feel okay now after not looking at the screens for a while. I feel okay now. It seems like I'm really perfecting my form with this shot. Like the ball's going straight now. That one went a bit left, but for the most, that one went a bit right. But for the most part, yeah, it's going straight now. I think another thing that I could be doing, now that I've just brought that up, is focus on what I'm doing well. Not only what I want to improve, but what I'm doing well. That will help. And stay consistent, just like how I've stayed consistent with this Plank Journey channel. I have to stay consistent with doing what I plan to do every single day. Oh. But going back to like the main idea, the body is a physical representation of the mind. If you neglect your body, if you neglect your mind, it will show in your body. For example, dry skin around the elbows, ashy knees, cracked feet. It will all show. Whereas if you take care of your mind, it will show on the body. Your body's moisturized. You smell nice. You've not only showered, but you've done your thing and now you're smelling amazing. If you take care of your mind, it will show on your body. It will show through all of the effort that you put in to take care of yourself. It will show. If you're in shape physically, you're going to have to be in shape mentally as well. At least somewhat. A man who has not trained resilience will not be able to last in a workout that really challenges them and pushes them to their limits. Certainly not on their first try, that's for sure. But anyway, I want to do what it takes to be able to actually create a lot more control, have more control over the mind. It will just show how much I take care of the mind, how much I train the mind, how much the mind has grown. It will all show in my body. It will all show. If I've mastered my mind more, I'll be more in shape physically. And you will see it. You will see it. Not only through how I speak, but through how my body looks in the weekly picture reviews. You will see it. I'm really liking the feel of this ball right now. The other one's gone flat, but this one stayed pumped up. I think it's simply just, it could be because it's a higher quality, but just like how it deflated in the past, it eventually will deflate, I think, because it's done so in the past. But that's okay. We can just pump it up, just like how I can pump the deflated ball up. Like, look at this. Look at this. It was so it was so hard. It was so hard a few days ago, but now look. It's lost there. It could be punctured. I don't really hear anything though. Nah. Here's ways. Alright, I think I'm done for now. I really like this topic. I really like this topic because it shows it's very, I think it's very important to life. It shows where you're at mentally. How you look shows where you're at mentally. What you put in those shopping baskets, they show where you're at mentally. They show whether you're neglecting your body or you're taking care of it, or perhaps doing a bit of both. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. I just want to be able to create a lot more than just consume, instead of just consuming the personal training course material, but also create. But I don't know how. Create programs is the first thing that's come to mind, but how am I going to create programs just off reading something like how to motivate clients? How do I do that? I could maybe create like things I'd say and why I'd say these things, maybe. I don't know, that could be a challenge. I don't know. Or it may be a lot of fun. Instead of thinking of it as a challenge, it might actually be fun. It'll be a lot more fun than staying in bed for so long that your waist starts hurting. But yeah, for now, that's it. I'm done. Allowing myself some time to just create and let the mouth speak instead of the mind. It's really helped. It's really helped instead of just being on YouTube and just watching video after video after video. It really helped. But for now, see you later. Do what you need to do to transform your life, lads and lasses. Let's see. My arms, even though they have put on size, they're not where I want them to be. I want my arms to be quite a lot bigger than this, to boost my self-esteem. I want this to happen to boost my self-esteem, so that when I look in the mirror, I see someone that's grown. I see someone that can take care of themselves. I see someone that's willing to do what it takes to be able to not only put work in the gym, not only put in the necessary effort and action in the gym, but also in every aspect of life. Every day is the answer. Maybe not even necessarily train every day, but working towards your future every day is the answer. And because I have been doing that for going on for 6 months now, almost half a year, I'm now building myself up. I'm now significantly building myself up further and further and further, because I have been working towards my future every single day without fail, even though it may not seem like it at times, especially to other people, because they can't see what I'm doing and I don't talk much about what I want to do with my life. I build in silence so that I can move how I want to move. rather than be told you can't do this and you can't do that, like how my parents told me. With getting a job and doing schoolwork at the same time, and like with the 2-day fast, I just do what I think is necessary. I've been working towards my life every single day without fail. Every single day without fail. Maybe not as much as I'd like in terms of how much I would when thinking about the end picture. Maybe not, but I've certainly put in some effort. I absolutely have. With all these serious videos I've been creating and posting consistently, I certainly have been working towards my future, but it's now time to work. Put in more, achieve more in terms of working towards my future. And doing it off camera is how I would do it. Creating a lot more rather than consuming. I'm not against consuming, but I am against consuming too much. I'm absolutely not against creating, but I am against creating too much and having an unhealthy balance. There's going to be a balance, but it's either going to be healthy or unhealthy. And having the ability to shut off the mind through meditation and have no conscious thought, that's also going to be able to help train the mind. Like Jeff Logan said, mental push-ups in one of his videos. That was the title of one of his videos. But I think for now, I'm done. Eventually, during these videos, I've got to learn how to shoot with my left hand. I may even work on it now. But for now, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Every day is the answer. Every day is the answer. And just keep going every day. Even if, for example, you're creating and you have something to show for every day on YouTube. Maybe for not every single thing that you're doing in your life, but you're having something to show for every single day. There's no way you're not going to create an ideal life for yourself. No way. Not if you're making videos. Not if you're having something to show for every single day. Every day without fail. No way. But anyway, I'll see you lot later. Do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do. And for me, it's this. Creating videos and working towards what I've got on the whiteboard. Having some time to show gratitude towards things in my life. Reading Transform Your Body, Transform Your Life by Akash. Vaghela, I think his name is. I know how to spell it, but I don't know how to say it. That's why I say I think. Learning what a PT has to know. Improving my finances. The way that I do that is by learning a lot. And also creating a lot. The last thing I do is, the last main thing I'd really, actually no, tell a lie, it's not the last thing. I also want to work on becoming the safest and smoothest driver I can be, and also consistently record the events of every day. And then I can do other things like read more and play about my Rubik's Cubes. That's what I've got down that I want to do on the whiteboard. But yeah, that's me, and I've got to work on that every single day and have something to show for every single day from now on. And I'll be, I think, the last one, recording today's events every single day. Recording today's events every single day. That'll mean I have something to show for every day. That's what's going to allow me to take even more action. and achieve a lot, just like how I have within this journey. For example, learning like the forward roll, double unders, which I haven't done in a while, but I don't think I've lost it. Eventually being able to do L-sits. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. And although none of you have asked for advice, if you are looking for it, I'd say do something similar. Whatever it is that you want to achieve in, whatever it is you want to grow in, that's you. Work on it every day, every day. But for now, I'm gone. I'll see you later. Do what you need to do to transform your life, lads and lasses. And every day is the answer. Every day. Every day. Have something to show for every day. Right. Peace out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bye.